and welcome to the Breakfast Hour. It is Terrific Tuesday, as Cody Karen will coin it. Whatever you found yourself, you get up on the right side or the left side or the bottom of the bed or the foot of the bed. What side you get up on, G?
Any side of the bed is fine.
Once you are above ground, that's the point I'm making. It's also Temperate Tuesdays. Yes, I'll tell you more about that as the morning wears on, but it is a fantastic time to be alive. Welcome to the Breakfast Hour. If you're joining us on Facebook, YouTube, or any of our social media platforms, we welcome you.
And then at least, I would let somebody know also today that this morning is our financial Tuesday. And,
Yes.
we were talking a little bit about fasting and prayer. And, I want to remind our listeners that today it is what we call our fasting day or Flashpoint. And then I was reminded that fasting don't have to be about food. It could be about away from your phone. What that thing. You know the worst part about it. You can get somebody fast and don't eat any food, but take away the phone is a different problem. I don't know if that's possible. So let's listen to the conversation. We talk a little bit more about that. And of course, we will take it one step higher. Because it's Financial Tuesday right here on Flashpoint. Denise, you're saying.
Yeah, we are not alone today. We are not, it's not a duo, it is a trio. I want to welcome back into space the lady herself, Hazel G.
Hazel G, good morning.
Let's hear from Hazel G.
Yes, good morning.
Oh man. Hazel G, good morning. I want to say to you, I miss you.
Oh, that's nice. That's so nice. I miss you too.
Thank you.
Oh, no. Hazel G, you're only saying that because you said I miss you.
No.
You're saying, come on.
No.
Don't you feel too good now, Hazel G?
You know what?
You're jealous. That's why you're saying.
I didn't want it to say that.
That's right. She's. I say I miss you.
Oh, Energy. You know what? I have seen so many different things, right? And this morning, I am so excited about the events that unfolded on the weekend of these 10 days at the conference of Seventh-day Adventists. In fact, I watched the newscasts, I watched the TV, I watched some of the footage and stuff like that, and it was amazing. I wanted to be there, but unfortunately, unforeseen events occurring as we go, and unfortunately I was not able to go, nor any of the other team members. But you, Azaji, got a chance to go as one of our team members, and we are envious of you. So this morning I want to hear a little bit more about it. But I think say that they did it.
The Bible says, covet good gifts.
Well, all right. I am covetous. Sorry. Am I?
Oh wow.
What is saying? Oh,
well, it's good to covet good gifts, yeah.
It's good.
And it's not with bad intention. You covet it because you are you would like to be there. You
Because
can't.
I'm envious of it. I'm envious. I want it. All those words just sound really wrong and everything sound bad.
Look here, man. When you go to general conference and you look at the crowd and the happenings here, you say, "Is this what heaven is going to be like?"
Yes.
I was sitting on this stadium and sat you there, and when I look on the TV, and I said to the person that was beside me, I said, "This is what the prophet John said, like a sea of glass." When you look at yeah, that's what it looked to me like. The people on the TV with them, just like that, they just look like a sea of glass. Everybody,
Large.
it is so glorious, man. It's a one in a even once in a the lifetime. You should go to general conference if it's
once in your lifetime. I
If it's in
wanted
one in a lifetime, you
I
should.
wanted this one to be once in my lifetime, but for some unknown reason, it didn't work out for me very well. And of course, I'm very saddened by that because I did not get this experience this time around. And life is not very long; it's very short. And I have been very uh, aware of this in recent years of how short life is. And I am trying my best not to waste any more of my time as I used to waste it. So if you see us doing some flashpoint going fast and hard, and we want to achieve this today, that tomorrow, and we want to do that at the same time, we don't want to wait until next week to do it. It's because life is short and waiting is wasting. And so I don't want to wait and waste the time that we have allotted to us. It's too
Mm.
small for us to do nothing with it.
Well, one of my new word is phrase is happiness is now.
Happiness is
Is
now.
now, yes. Happiness is now. So we gotta be happy now. Don't wait on any special occasion, any special
Ow!
event.
Oh, I
Be
feel my head. I feel it in my hand. I feel it. You can. Listen to this. I'm gonna go for the devotional, and when we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about the General Conference of Seventh Day Adventists and some of the happenings that went on there from Hazel G's perspective and from our highs on the ground. Of course, guys, we want to thank you for joining us this morning for the first time. If you are joining us for the first time, stick and stay with us. When we come back, Susan Long brings to us our devotional this morning.
Audley Scott, and you're listening to Flashpoint Radio. Rise and shine. Your morning boost of inspiration, news, and fun. With Mikey G, Lady Elise, and Coralie Karen. The unmistakable combination, synergized to navigate.
Good morning. This is day. Pray for one another that you may be healed. The effective, fervent prayer of a righteous man avails much. James chapter 5 verse 16. Our prayer and God's power. Written by Dave Egner. When we pray for others, we become partners with God in His work of salvation, healing, comfort, and justice. God can accomplish those things without us, but in His plan, He gives us the privilege of being involved with Him through prayer. When we intercede for a grandson in trouble, a mother having surgery, a neighbor who needs Christ, or a pastor who needs strength, we are asking God to provide for that person what we can't provide. We're acting as go-betweens, asking God to direct His power in a specific direction. In his classic book titled Prayer, Olan Hallesby described how it works. This power is so rich and so mobile that all we have to do when we pray is point to the person or thing to which we desire to have God's power applied, and He, the Lord of this power, will direct the necessary power to the desired place. This assumes, of course, that we are praying according to God's will. Prayer is not a magic wand for satisfying our own wishes, but it is an opportunity to work with the Lord in accomplishing His purposes. James told us that the effective, fervent prayer of a righteous man avails much. So let us humbly and earnestly pray for one another. As we attempt to live like Christ in our actions, words, and deeds, we will follow His design for prayer. and we will pray for the needs of others. Our quote this morning reads, "The most powerful position on earth is kneeling before the Lord of the universe." End quote.
I'm Audley Scott, and you're listening to Flashpoint Radio. Rise and shine. Your morning boost of inspiration, news, and fun. With Mikey G, Lady Elise, and Coralie Karen. The unmistakable combination, synergized to navigate.
All right, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back this morning. Okay, all right. So I was hearing a little bit of feedback in the background earlier. All right, so we are back, ladies. Good morning, Azo G. Once again, good morning to you. Of course, we are joined here this morning with our illustrious Azo G from Flashpoint, of course.
That's right.
How are you doing this morning? Of course, we did say that we went to the general conference and you had a wonderful time. And
Yeah.
you were telling us a little bit about the stadium and some of the happenings that went on there, some of
Yes.
the things
Yes.
that you saw, you know. How did it feel for you to be in there, just sitting there and just watching? You said this is what Evan felt like the last statements that you were making.
Yes. 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 That. Yeah. I feel like when you hear the singing and they see the report of what is happening in different parts of the world, all the messages going around the world, and see the different nations, different persons from all over the world. This is where every nation meet, every nation, tongue, and people.
And people, yes,
Yes, yes, it glo- was glorious.
it was glorious. Amazing. You know, Izzy, I watched the program on the TV. I watched the inaugural speech given by the new president, and of course, I didn't hear the old president speech. I didn't hear when he went out. I didn't hear that one, but I did hear the new one. What did it feel like for the exchange of hands? The baton was passed on to somebody else.
They, I don't think there was any, what do you call it now? There was any animosity between them because the president worked with the president, right? That person was working with the president as, and it seemed like they were a good camaraderie. And they probably had, because every time you're in a position, you need to prepare somebody else for that position. So he probably was being prepared for that position. But what I like is they have the camaraderie that they have with one another. So that is good. And of course, I didn't hear anybody make any bad comment about either side of them. So, we just congratulate both of them. Well done, Wilson, and congratulations to the president and so many. So that's good. And you know, when I like the fact that we had this devotional and prayer. That there are prayer rooms there, and there was a lot of prayer going, a lot of prayer going on. And you could join any one of the prayer room if you want. Yes, if you were there, and of course you could be a vendor promoting that market there. Yeah, because they have a lot of vendors. Yeah, vendors there. Yeah, so you have some who I mean, say they be everywhere here, and I don't.
Yesterday, I'm having a little choppy. The audience coming a little choppy. I'm gonna take 5. I'm gonna go for a commercial, and when I come back, we see if we can fix this, that we can hear the conversation a little better. So.
Looking to build your dream home or renovate your space? M&M Construction is the perfect place. We bring your vision to life with precision and quality craftsmanship. From design to construction, we guide you every step, ensuring seamless coordination and superior results. Our professional roof inspection and maintenance services will ensure that your roof is sturdy this hurricane season. So, if you are ready to start your construction journey, call us today at 345-927-7509. Build with confidence. Build with M&M Construction. 345-927-7509. Need help to produce your podcast? Flashpoint Media makes it very easy. We can relieve you of the headache by recording your podcast for you. So, take the first step to getting your content to your desired audience. Contact us here at Flashpoint and your podcast will be live in no time. Our website is www.flashpointmedia.ky or call us at 345-321-6969. That's 345-321-6969.
Welcome back to the breakfast hour. Now, I hope that you have decided to go ahead and share the link. Today, we are having a very important discussion. There's so much we have to do before we wind up and wrap up this episode of the breakfast hour. Now, on Tuesdays, we focus on estate, no, on finances. Yes, so you are getting all, yeah. We focus on finances, and our financial advisor has started a series on estate planning. Now, before we went on the break, Lady Hazy was talking about the estate that she saw, the sea of glass, and the amount of persons.
Mercy.
Again, to our listeners who are not acquainted with the General Conference session, every 5 years, the World Church of the Seventh Day Adventists, they assemble, yes, and the leaders are nominated.
I
And
want
so
to,
it's a democratic process.
I want to phrase this part, Lady Lisa, as you continue your explanation and of course telling the information given to the people. I would want to use this instead of saying the World Church of Seventh-day Adventists. I'd want to say the world of Seventh-day Adventists meet at this location.
Okay.
I want to say that because I'm already hearing a different conversation. There's this world church that exists somewhere else outside of the church that is in the world, and I'm having that conversation in my mind right now. But I wanted to hear it says the church, world church of Seventh-day Adventists met one place, or all the churches in the world of Seventh-day Adventists met one place. That's what I wanted. Hey Dennis, please tell us a little bit more about the conference and what it actually is.
All right. Okay, so they met and they chose the leaders in the different regions, and another thing that they do is to review the constitution of the church, right? And that's where you have this parliamentary procedure, where the representative go, each person send representative from their own union or their own division as delegates. And
Yes.
these delegates, yeah, yeah, and I suppose they all discuss because they are sent the agenda about 6 weeks before for them to review the agenda and see if there's anything in there that they want to vote for or vote against. So when you go there and you you're in the congregation, those of us that are not delegates, we don't have any vote. We only have listening rights. But they would have had been prepped before going through the agenda with their union or their division and discussing on behalf of their on behalf of the division or region. But that don't necessarily mean that it's going to be yay yay, because it's a democratic process. Right.
Mm. Mm. There were some things that were voted to be on the agenda and was we have our own little conversation in the background of some of the things that we thought should have been discussed, and one of them were the whole COVID-19 thing. We're not going to go into it, but how it was handled, and now hearing lots of the conversation that's going on from everywhere else, around everywhere else, and how we had actually acted within that one. So that wasn't a discussion, and they didn't want to have it. So we're not going to have it here either. But I just wanted to mention that happened.
Well, I think that was the first. I think the first thing on the agenda. It was probably if somebody hadn't voted to stop the conversation, it would be going on and nothing else would have taken place because there was so many issues about that
So you're
COVID.
so you're saying that Adventist was hurt by that COVID-19 conversation and how it was handled.
Yeah.
In essence, you would say that. Well, like I
Mm.
said, we're not going to go into it, ladies. I don't know.
No. And one other issue, okay, they were talking about the offering. I don't know if you watched that debate about the offering that they wanted to mandate offering with it, just like when you have the tithes 10%, it's 10%. I don't know what the percentage of the tithe, but they were mandating that for your officer. If as an officer you need to be subscribing X amount as tithes.
Oh,
I didn't see the end of that debate. I don't know where it went to, but I'm sure that when we get the new manual,
well, that should be an interesting one. I don't know.
yes, 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 yes.
That should be interesting enough. I think. And
Yeah.
ladies, I don't know. I should ask Lady Elise the question. I think she's really. I don't know. She's probably taking herself out of that conversation. I don't know if she wants to be part of it.
I'm just listening. I'm just listening to the conversation. It's so interesting that we are speaking about finances too on Financial Tuesdays. Just remember that that's the focus today. And of course, um, there are persons who, when they leave their estate, Hazel G and Mikey G, they do make a will to the church. They do expect
Camperly.
that they, yes, part
Camperly.
of their estate, yes, um, it goes towards the church. But I would have to listen to that debate and the conversation to comment more as it relates to mandated tithing or
Offerings. No, I don't
and the
think.
biblical
I
and
don't think.
offering.
I don't think it's the tithing so much, but the offering side of it might be.
Now
But
everybody agree on the tithes.
But the
Everybody,
offering was all right. So let
yeah,
me let me go with the offering side of it, and then we're going to
yeah.
go into our
But
financial information when we come back in that. But here's where I go with the part of offering. I always go to the king of Israel, who was now David's son and successor. All right, and Solomon, when he was very happy about God, or he was grateful about the mercies of God, and he went and offered as an offering unto God 1,000 bullocks, right? And so I look at that as my example of how I would offer an offering and how it would be exemplified. So I don't think offering is a mandatory thing. It is a heartfelt thing, and how your heart bleeds for thanking God, and how you many ways you could find of how to thank God. I'm thinking that's how offering is.
Well, the Bible say a free will offering, right? So
Free will
it's,
offering.
yeah. Well, I don't believe that it should be mandated that you what amount of money you offer for offering. It's a free will, like you say, it's from your heart.
And it is
If you see, if you see that God has blessed you abundantly, then you
and as
make
Lady Lee said a while
it.
ago, as you know from experience and past experience, offering don't have to be in money. It can be in land or any other thing. So,
Yes, I heard a story about a man. He was in a bad accident. He wasn't a Seventh-day Adventist. I think he has a sister. He had a sister who was a Seventh-day Adventist, and when he got the settlement from the accident, he took all of the money and donated to 3ABN because he
wow,
believed that 3ABN, yeah, 3ABN is doing a good job. So he took all of the money and give it to 3ABN.
wow.
Yeah.
Well, guys, now you know where Flashpoint is. Please. I mean, come on, you know.
Well, all right. I suppose so. Yeah, somebody might believe that you're doing a good job.
Somebody might believe
Somebody
Flashpoint
believes that
is doing a
you're
good
doing a
job.
good job, right?
Well, all
And
right,
I decided to donate all the cash them have to you, not to
lady,
you, to
to
Flashpoint.
Flashpoint, because it is not about Mikey G. It's about Flashpoint. Flashpoint is not Mikey G. Flashpoint is Flashpoint.
That's right.
Lady G, you just made that statement and you made a good pitch. I'm seeing Lady Ellis ready for a financial minute, and so I'm gonna hand it over to her this time. Lady Ellis, as we go forward, do you give the pitch that Lady G says that if somebody believe in Flashpoint, they could give good gifts to us as well.
No, no. It's interesting that our financial advisor discusses this week beneficiary designations, and so maybe as family members, if you were a child of this parent who donated everything to 3ABN, you might, question it. You might say, I have been here as your child, and now you have donated to an organization. So I think let's hear what our financial advisor has to share with us this morning on the breakfast hour, and what financial mistakes we should avoid.
All right, and so when we come back, first, this segment of the Breakfast Hour is brought to us by Asai Ultrasound for all your ultrasound needs, right here in the Grand Cayman Islands.
When you need ultrasound that's safe and effective, you must visit Asai Ultrasound Imaging. They're conveniently located at number 4 Chestnut Center, Smith Road, Georgetown, Cayman Islands. With experienced technologists with over 20 years experience, their friendly staff will make you comfortable while you get your procedure done. Asai Ultrasound Imaging is open Mondays to Fridays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturdays. Call Asai Ultrasound Imaging 345-949-2454 or 345-938-3426. That's 345-949-2454 or 345-938-3426.
Hello, welcome back to another episode on estate. Hello, welcome back to another episode in our series on estate planning. I am your host, Richard Belwell, and today we'll be looking at beneficiary designations. So, what are beneficiary designations? Beneficiary designations are instructions you provide to financial institutions, insurance companies, and retirement plan administrators about who should receive the money when you pass away. You typically assign beneficiaries to your life insurance policies, your pension and retirement accounts, your bank accounts through payable on death, through your investment and brokerage accounts, and also on your annuities. They are a quick, convenient, and potentially dangerous method, and if ignored. Now why? Because these designations bypass your will or trust completely. They stand alone. So why does this matter? Imagine this. You divorced years ago and updated your will to leave everything to your children, but you forgot to update your life insurance beneficiaries. When you pass away, guess who gets the payout? Your ex-spouse, of course, not your kids. Why? Because the beneficiary form controls that asset, not your will. This happens all the time. Outdated beneficiary forms can lead to inheritance going to the wrong person, family conflicts, legal battles, or your wishes being completely ignored. Common mistakes to avoid. Now let's talk some real world mistakes. The first one is not naming a beneficiary. If you skip this, your assets go to your estate and into probate, and that defeats the whole point of financial planning. Not updating after a life change. Marriage, divorce, birth of a child all require updates, and many times people forget. Naming a minor child or children, bad idea. Children can't legally receive the money, so the court may appoint a guardian. A trust is a better tool in this case. Conflicting instructions. If your will says, leave everything to my daughter, but your bank account lists your cousin, the cousin wins. The beneficiary form trumps the will. So let's fix it. Here's how you protect your legacy. Here's how to review all your accounts and policies that allow review all your accounts and update the names that allow beneficiaries, especially after major life events. Update the names, especially after major life events. Or backups. Name contingency beneficiaries. Backup in case a primary person dies before you. Coordinate with your will and trust to avoid contradictions. Keep a list. This is a part of your estate plan and should be reviewed annually. And of course, work with a financial advisor. That's what we're here for. Your action step for this week. Take a few minutes, maybe up to 20 minutes. Write down every financial account you own, bank accounts, life insurance policies, retirement accounts. Check who the current beneficiaries are. Make those updates where necessary. It's a simple task that could spare your family enormous pain and confusion later. Remember this, your estate plan is only as strong as its weakest link. Don't let outdated or overlooked beneficiary designations undo all your careful planning. Join me next week as we cover guardianship, and planning for minor children, one of the most important and emotionally charged parts of any estate plan. Until then, I am Richard Thelwell. You can get me at broker@richardthelwell.com. Thank you.
I suppose Richard has seen it all.
What a conversation.
That, that
That one driver snake through my heart. That one drove a snake right through this this heart. I can't say tender heart anymore. I get beat up so badly so much. I don't know. Well, it must be tender by now. I don't know, Lady G. I tell you something. It's a very good conversation to have, though, you know.
yes, and people are afraid of making that conversation because, it's like when my father was ill, and I tried to get us together to, since I'm the older one, to plan. Nobody wasn't interested in planning
And
because
they hated you more too, because you are weird fiend dead. You are weird.
yeah,
I was sad.
yeah. I think this conversation is conversation that people need to listen to so they can believe it, and hear all the experiences that he had with people that didn't make the right choices because it's come down all to choice.
Yeah, and then I didn't know that the beneficiary would outrank the will. I thought the will
Outrank
outranked
beneficiaries.
the beneficiaries.
I didn't
That's
notice
So
it.
so you can't write one thing in your will, and then when you list on your insurance policies or your bank accounts, there are other persons, because that will supersede whatever is in the will, and you can't will to your minor children.
Ah,
well, it's understandable because they
Yes.
that is understandable.
So in that case, it would be best to prepare a trust.
Yes, yes, yes. That's what I was just thinking. That my daughter was telling me that the rich people they don't do will, they do trust.
so is this will thing a deceptive tool from a long time of how to trick people out of their decision making?
Yeah.
I think.
No, 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 no. It's on contrary. It is making the decisions and making the plan. But I'm so happy we're having this conversation. This is part 4 in our series, and we need to share them again. It's a difficult conversation to have, and we promote life, and we know that there's living, but we also know that that life comes to an end, and no one knows when. And the key is to plan. And when you think of the things, and Solomon shared in his wisdom, you toil all of your life, and you toil and labor at the end. I will not remind you what he has said, but you would want that your family is secure at the end, or your loved ones. And as our financial advisor stated, if things change, if things change, then therefore your will and your beneficiaries need to be updated to reflect the change.
Ah, it is until I listened to this conversation today, I was not aware of so many things that can go wrong in so quick a time. It is crazy. I didn't know this.
Yes, yes.
I never knew this.
I,
I'm no glued to my seat, waiting for the next episode to come because he's going to be touching on a topic that I'm very interested in. Willing away your children before you die. That part. I'm waiting to hear it. I wanted to know what that is because I don't know what it is. And now I'm hearing it. I want to know exactly what happens at that time and how you are disenfranchised by someone who possibly just decided that they're going to do this before going to their grave. So from the grave, they're grabbing you in the collar and say, "I did it to you. You rich, kind of thing." I don't know. It's a
Yeah.
sad thing. It's a sad thing to see that. That we can't be so deliberately cruel sometimes.
Or
Deliberately
it
cruel.
could be on the contrary. Let's think of about persons who make the decisions and are aware. And I will say a special good morning to a member of the team, which will go unnamed, a good friend who is very, very knowledgeable and very deliberate in her actions. Younger than me and having a very detailed plan of her estate, and I remember when we started the conversation, we spoke about the fact that the moment you start to work, your intellectual property, your emails, that is part of your estate. Did you know that, Hazel G?
No.
Right. So when we started the conversation, and a member of the team, I said good morning to her. She has prepared this. Younger than me, she has her estate all planned out.
I know. Okay.
So that conversation is something that we feel uncomfortable in having, but certainly if we look around us and we don't have to look too far, life happens. Life happens every single day. And so knowledge is power.
Yes.
And when we get the knowledge, act on them. So each week in this series, we have had action items. This week, take 20 minutes, list your assets, list the accounts that you have. And maybe there will be a conflict in terms of who is beneficiary for what. And maybe you don't even remember.
Ladies,
But this is the
nobody
time.
wants.
Now that you say that, let me put a note here in my book.
No,
Uh,
nobody wants to
Blue
know.
book.
Nobody
Yeah.
wants to know about those tools that I used to use from when I was a boy, and I'm going to will it to them. The tools that I used to use. Here's
Yes,
the
but
question.
it's a good conversation to have, Mikey G, and it's uncomfortable. But I started from day one when we had the first in the series, and
Yes.
I did not complete that first step. So I'm confessing that I did not complete that first step. Now I need to find it and complete it. But it is so important for us, and let's bring it home. Let's bring it home.
I wanted to
There are
say
persons.
just hold the thought. I was about to say that because of the uncomfortableness of it, I'm thinking, what do I have?
I like this quote that says learning take place when behavior change. So
When
when
behavior change.
Mikey, Mikey G, if we have not made any changes, we have not learned.
Yeah, Denise, bring it home. Bring it home.
Well, there are persons who live and work in another country. Can you imagine?
Mhm.
Right? And you would have been driving a car because you need to move around. You would have had accounts. If anything does happen, and for example, your family is not in the same country with you, what will happen is that those assets or those things that you think are not assets or those things that you never thought about, it's in the middle, it's the beginning of the month, and your salary is due at the end of the month. That salary goes to the government, the where, because there are no plans, no plans, no thought, because we know we're going to see tomorrow. We know we're going to see the end of the month. We know we're going to see the end of the year. So that's the conversation to bring it right home for those persons who are living in one country, working in another, and you would have been gaining assets. At the end of it, what happens? If anything happens, that's a question to think about.
Well, Denise, when you put it that way, My heart is just shifting.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. Sorry to take it to that level.
Well, it's reality, and we just have to think positively of what we want. What is it that you want when you die and you're not able to make any decision? You're not able to say, well,
I don't want to die, guys. Please, I don't.
you don't want to.
No,
Well,
I'm unwilling.
I don't think anyone want to die.
I'm unwilling. I'm
We
unwilling.
don't
I'm unwilling to participate in this thing. All right. So
even
please
when
listen. Just get me out of a conversation. I don't want to be a part.
even when you live to be 965, you're still gonna die.
You know,
In this part of reality.
succession planning is always important. So we're making a
Yes.
point. Even though I, Michael G, don't want to stop doing all of this, one day, whether I like it or not, it must happen. Unless,
All
for
right.
some unknown reason, the Almighty God put in His appearance just before I kick the bucket. My toes. Ouch. Before I kick that bucket, right? And the Lord puts in His appearance, and then I just go, whoop, I'm out of here, right? I'm going.
Caught up to meeting in the air, then you put on wings, huh?
Yes, yes. In the twinkling of an eye, I am changed from this mortal will put on immortality, and every eye shall behold Him when He comes in the sky. Michael G is caught up with Him in the air. Yeah, somebody skipped up a while ago. I saw them. Michael G, you?
Well, I would have to say a special good morning to our viewers and listeners tuned in on YouTube, on Facebook this morning. And we are having a conversation this morning. Every Tuesday, we focus on financial matters. Now, a series we started is on estate planning. Today, we looked on the idea of beneficiary, yes, beneficiary designations and the common mistakes we need to avoid. If you're just tuning in, you can rewind and listen to that presentation. We'll share it again, and so that you can put some consideration into it. It's time for us to get out of studio, and we still have a lot to share with you, because apart from the fact that it is terrific Financial Tuesday, we have designated this day also as a day of fasting and prayer.
Yes.
Now, we have extended the invitation not only to the members of our team, but to those who can hop on at any time. Let's add it to the stage, yes. To those who at 12 o'clock we will be pausing for prayer, and we will be joyful in hope and faithful in prayer. And we will, of course, recognize how important it is to trust God. Even amidst the conversation here, it's not supposed to be everybody just looks sad. Hazel G
And
and Mikey G.
I am not.
Yes.
I'm not totally sad right now because I know Aza G
I'm just
is ready to come with me. You
I'm
know.
just listening. And the question I was going to ask, what's the prayer focus for today?
Our focus is thankfulness, and also we have teamed it Temperate Tuesday. That in every situation we just want to come to God, and that's how we're doing.
Oh, joyful Tuesday. Thankfulness.
Yes.
Yes.
I
So we
would.
are thanking God for everything, even the ability to that I can see you.
You know.
I can
Yes.
hear
You know.
you. That's thankfulness.
I would say this to you. I would say this to you that I read one time ago. That prayer, is this powerful tool that we do, right? Thanksgiving, however, I read it somewhere in a book that says is a key that unlocks God's storeroom of blessing in your life. Just to be thankful. And then there's a passage in the Bible that says, "In all things,
Give thanks.
give thanks." And when I listen to the all, I remember I at one point I dropped over somewhere, chopped out my knee, and I could not walk.
You didn't feel like to be thankful for that though.
I remember riding my bicycle as a youngster, dropping off the bicycle, and I crack open my kneecap with a stone that was stuck into it when I got up. I remember falling out of a tree, hitting my head face down in a concrete surface. I was completely unconscious.
You didn't feel like be thankful for all of those things.
I don't want to tell you how much more things that I have broken my hand. Have been broken up in so many different places by helping my dad on the farm, and one animal destroyed me, and
wow.
I thought I would use my hand again.
You seem to be a time bomb, man.
Well said, Energy. So before you come up the place anymore.
Listen, you know, when people talk about thankfulness, and listen, the list don't stop there.
Wow.
It don't stop there. This is just it. What I just tell you is like when you have like an ice cream, like when you have a cake and put the icing on it. This is just the icing on the cake. I haven't gotten to the cake yet. And I am sitting here and I'm telling you, when you think about the thankfulness, to be grateful to God for His blessings, it's not an easy thing. It's a G. And so if you don't have an experience, it's difficult for you to say in solidarity, I can be in this mode thankful, because you don't have anything to give thanks for. So it says in the good times you give thanks, but also in the bad times give thanks. An amazing thing to see. So we want to encourage everyone this morning and through the day to join us on this Thankful Tuesday, terrific Tuesday, of course on our Financial Tuesday as well. Well, we haven't had any riddles for a while, you know.
Well, Hazel is here.
Well, I guess we have to, yes, big question today. Alright, so
you want a riddle this morning?
oh my God. My head can't take it, but I think I'm gone with the financial story this morning. That I don't know. Estate planning is not such an easy thing after all. And like I said, somebody disenfranchised us with the will idea, and we're thinking about it. Writing the will is so important, but not having the proper advice of how to properly manage the process will hurt you more than anything else. And not only you. You know those persons who never take care of you, who never treated you good, who never when you were hungry gave you a thing to eat, who never when you were actually needed somewhere to live or a shelter of your house leaking, who never ever did anything, who when you die bring the biggest wreath and the best casket for you to bury in, and the nicest suit, and they never got a suit of clothes to wear if you want to go to the temple of God to serve, and they would never buy a shoes for you to go wear with the one that has the hole in the bottom and you put cardboard in it, and when you walk the water soak up inside there and wet up your foot. Yeah, nobody, and then they come and they offer the best casket and they put the best of everything, and that time everybody come know I am the one responsible for this person. I'm against you.
And the crocodile tears.
And the biggest crocodile tears you can find. And God will love you, I will love you. But then when you had to be in prostitution to eat, nobody knew. And when Jesus people pick you up and train you and take you and cuss the church, and the wicked people they make you give the church the money to the church.
Yep.
So you can understand some people giving sometimes the old property to the church sometimes. I can understand that. And I can see some people being disenfranchised because it hurts sometimes to know that you have done so much for the ones that you love, and the ones that you love don't love you. I know that ladies don't have a clue what I'm talking about. You have never experienced
Exactly.
that.
No.
Yeah, sometimes they just want to get a hold on their money. They
Well,
don't work for it and then they start to live the high life.
money is an issue. All right, ladies, take us out of here. Let us get out of here. Guys, thank you for joining us this morning for this edition of the Breakfast Hour. Izzy, thank you for joining us this morning.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Yes. Well, I
And
suppose
as we
when I get back, I can tell you about the chaos or the chaos at the airport.
Oh my God, we want to hear the chaos at the airport. You know, I saw some footage, and I guess when you come back, we're going to be having that conversation about that chaos. Yeah, and I'm going to probably show a little bit of the clips and stuff that I've recently
Yeah.
received and stuff.
Okay. Yeah. 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 So you can show the clips, and then if somebody that was there live in color can give their experience.
There you go.
So as we go, just want to remind you of our retro game night coming up this Saturday night. We have our jacks already and marbles and stuff.
Energy, you know to play
Uh,
marble?
No, but I can play jocks.
Every girl can play jacks. Come on. I say we can play marble.
I suppose I can try. When my grandson was here,
Energy, listen,
when,
listen.
when my grandson was here, I would play marble with him, which I never played before, but I, show the marble.
Well,
And you get
listen.
I played because he didn't know it either, so they told us play something.
Here's where I'm going to go. Here's where I'm going to go. The girls are playing basketball. Nobody playing netball anymore. So, get with it. Please. No more jacks. Marbles.
All right, well, and you're gonna be skipping, right?
And I definitely, guys, must play the jacks and they must be skipping.
Alright, so that's
you know what? I can
this
skip.
Saturday
Listen,
night.
I can skip very well
You do.
because I played with the young ladies at my school when I was growing up. I played skippings. I played sight. I was the one who made the ball out of the juice boxes. You remember those juice boxes, those milk boxes and all that? You try to drain out the milk before it starts to mess up everybody's clothes. And you put a whole heap in there so when it soak you good. You know. Anyways, I'm done. I'm going to just leave it right here. I guess on Saturday night we get a few people out for the games night and you'll be enjoying some vintage and of course some exciting games right in the studios of Flashpoint this Saturday night coming up on our games night.
All right, it sounds good. Sound good.
Alright.
You can hula hoop, lady energy. Hula hoop. Hula hoop, hula hoop.
Yeah. You can do that too.
I couldn't do it. I used to like see the girls do it though. And listen, it was something to watch. The girls doing it. I enjoyed that. It was just an amazing thing. I still enjoy seeing it.
All right.
I couldn't get it. It was, I don't know. These guys design these things specifically for different.
I guess I have to go see. Is there anybody who can still do the hula hoop good? Come Saturday night shows.
Yeah, but come
Sure.
and you can see the longest.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if that's a reflection of marriage though. All right. Everybody can. Let's get out of the studio right now.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning on the breakfast hour. See you tomorrow, same time, same place. Of course, Dr. K joins us as the conversation is all about our health and well-being.
All right.
Anthony, take us out this morning. Take us out this morning. Tell us bye-bye. Tell them bye-bye. Tell them this morning how we're going to go.
Well, this morning we are awake and we are on top of the soil, and it is a thankful day. And I'm imploring everyone to be thankful, whatever situation you find yourself in. You just gotta be thankful because you're alive and well.
There you have it, guys. www.flashpointmedia.ky. Our web radio continues all day today. Thank you, SG. Thank you, Lady Elise. And of course, thank you, Coralie Karen, for the desk that you occupied. Of course, To all our team members, I want to say good morning to you. And all our VIPs, good morning. Our listeners, our viewers, have yourself a great day. Catch you tomorrow morning, same time, same place. We'll do it all over again for you. Flashpoint Media.ky.
Scott, and you're listening to Flashpoint Radio, Rise and Shine, your morning boost of inspiration, news, and fun. With Mikey G, Lady Elise, and Coralie Karen, the unmistakable combination, synergized to navigate.
It's like we're running in circles, going around every day, getting stuck in the hurdles of yesterday. Don't you wanna go further, away from the fray? Let's not get stuck in our worries, we'll make our way. Won't you come outside where the sunflowers bloom? Breathe in the air, look up to the moon. I'll meet you outside, away from the crowd. Just you and me together, it will all seem better outside. Just us in the sky. Circus, is it an A? Feels like a heavy burden, but I can't relate. Do our actions even matter, or is this a fate? At least now I'm feeling better, I know I'm here to stay. Won't you come outside where the sunflowers bloom? Breathe in the air, look up to the moon. I'll meet you outside, away from the crowd. Just you and me together, it will all seem better outside. Just us in the sky.
Prepared for those who love Him, but God has revealed it to us by His Spirit.
You're locked into the station that helps you tap into those incredible things that God has prepared.